Welcome back to Fox and Friends. A new Wall Street Journal report says the Biden White House is mulling payments of nearly $500,000 to illegals separated at the border back in 2018. Republicans were quick to bash the policy as unacceptable and, quote, pure insanity. Joining us now to react is Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich. Welcome, Mark. Appreciate you joining us here this morning. What are your thoughts on this idea that we would pay almost $500,000 to people separated at the border who came here illegally, which, by the way, is almost $50,000 more than what we would pay the family of a fallen soldier in our wars? So what do you say to that?
It's unconscionable, and what the Biden administration is doing on the border is really, quite frankly, unthinkable and unconstitutional, Rachel. We have this terrible crisis that's turned into a catastrophe, and the Biden administration is now trying to monetize people coming into this country illegally. So that'll end up with even more people trying to cross our southern border illegally. But essentially, you know, and I know, this is all about the Biden administration and the far left trying to redistribute wealth in this country. So they're subsidizing people breaking the law, coming into the country illegally. We're going to get more of that. And they want hardworking American taxpayers to pay for it. As I said, it's unconscionable. It's unconstitutional.
Mark, I know you've thought about this. I understand what you're saying, what you think the rationale is, but just even from the initial reaction that we've seen from Americans over the last day or two since we've heard about this, it's wildly unpopular politically. Why are they doing this?
I'm not sure. I think that, one of the things that we learned in school, or we used to learn in school before critical race theory was jammed down parents' throats, is that you shouldn't succumb to peer pressure. And I think the far left, the AOCs, the Chuck Schumers, Nancy Pelosi's, Cartel Kelly, and the Democratic Party are essentially far left and neo-Marxist. And they really believe that they want to redistribute wealth, they want to make up society, and they don't care. They want to destroy the middle class of this country, and they're going to do it by any means necessary. And that's what this is. And what breaks my heart, and I know you know this, in Arizona, we're seeing a dramatic increase in fentanyl deaths among teenagers. In Pima County, it's now the leading cause of death, replacing, car accidents and even suicides. And that's coming to every state in this country. Yeah. Every taxpayer is going to pay for this, not only in their tax dollars, but through their family's health and well-being.
Yeah, not to mention that we're rewarding people who brought their children here in a very irresponsible manner. Let's move to another topic, because this one's very important. This migrant caravan that is on its way to our border. They say it may go to Del Rio, but there are now reports that it can come to Yuma, Arizona. Mark, I have friends who live in Yuma, Arizona. They can't even get their children into their local hospital. They have to travel hundreds of miles away because they're just so overwhelmed at the hospitals, and so many social services are strained. What are you doing there in Arizona to prepare for this caravan coming through, and are you doing anything to stop it?
Well, I'm trying to use all the tools at our disposal, and that includes multiple pieces of litigation, trying to force the Biden administration to continue building the wall. And just yesterday, the U.S. Supreme Court agreed to take our case about the public charge rules. The public charge rule, the Biden administration rescinded, which basically says if you come here, you've got to be able to support yourself. You can't be on public benefits. The Biden administration, by eliminating that rule, is forcing or overwhelming hospital systems in Yuma, all over the border states, because they're having to pay now for benefits, everything from, child care, SNAP, hospital care, and the system's overwhelmed. And so there's no way, it's unsustainable. The cartels have gained essentially operational control of our border. And it's not just, as I said, about the fiscal cost, it's about the cost when you have drug cartels that are operating with impunity on our southern border. And so we know, and you know, that there's going to be a record amount of people illegally crossing our border, more than 2 million people this year. It's unsustainable.
Yeah, absolutely. It's wrong. Mark, thanks so much for joining us this morning and bringing attention to both of these very important issues that are right here coming to our border. Thank you so much.